Hello and welcome again to another day of classes. Today we're going to be continuing with the Unit 11 of the Interchange 5th edition Level 1 book. Today we're going to be talking about how to make recommendations about places to visit. Okay? And to start, let's see some different landmarks that they are world famous. It means that they are famous around the world in this snapshot. If you remember, landmarks are specific places or points in the earth that are really a touristic place that a lot of people go to watch it. When a place is way too popular, that is called a landmark. Okay? For example, the Grand Canyon in Arizona, the Louvre in Paris, France, and the pyramids of Giza in Giza, Egypt, the Colosseum in Rome, Italy, the Sugarloaf Mountain in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, and the Taj Mahal in Agra, India. Have you ever been to any of these places? Perhaps. I have never been to any of these, but I would actually like to go to the Colosseum, the Louvre, and also to the Giza, to the pyramids of Giza. It will be interesting. For you, what is will be the most interesting to the least interesting? Take your time. It's just to think for yourself. For me, the most interesting will be the Louvre, then the Colosseum, then the Taj Mahal, then the pyramids, then the Sugarloaf Mountain, and the last one is the Grand Canyon. Because I don't know, the Grand Canyon, it's just a really big place. There's nothing to do there other than watching the views. But if I want to watch the views, I just need to look on the internet. So the Louvre is a really beautiful place, and there's a lot of stuff around. So I would really like to go there. Also with the Colosseum and the Taj Mahal. And the pyramids of Giza are really interesting, but it's kind of the same as the Grand Canyon. And also this, I can look from the internet, and it's similar to the same. Obviously, it's not the same as seeing it with your own eyes, but it's quite interesting. Okay, now let's continue. We're going to be listening to a conversation where they are going to use the grammar that we're going to be seeing today. The name of the conversation is What Should I Do There? And if you notice, this person is asking for recommendations. So let's listen. This is going to be what we're going to be talking about or working with in the grammar for today. So listen to both parts and answer the questions. Where is Jason from and what should you do there? Okay, let's listen.
Page 75, Exercise 7, Conversation. What should I do there? Part A. Listen and practice.
Can you tell me a little about Mexico City?
Sure. What would you like to know?
Well, I'm going to be there for a few days next month. What should I do there?
Oh, you should definitely visit the National Museum of Anthropology. It's amazing.
Okay, it's on my list now. Anything else?
You shouldn't miss the Diego Rivera murals. They're incredible. Oh, and you can walk around the historic center.
That sounds perfect. And what about the food? What should I eat?
You can't miss the street food. The tacos, barbecue, fruit, it's all delicious.
Page 75, Exercise 7, Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. Where is Jason from? What should you do there?
Where are you from again, Jason?
I'm from Montreal, Canada.
Oh, I've always wanted to go there. What's it like? What can you do there?
Well, there's a lot to do. Visitors should definitely plan to spend a day visiting museums. At Space for Life, you can learn a lot about nature and the world.
Okay, very good. Did you get the answers? Remember that you can listen again by just going back in the video. Let's check. Where is Jason from and what should he do there? What should you do there? Well, he's from Montreal, Canada, and he told you that you should definitely the Space for Life. Really interested. Okay, now let's go to the grammar focus of today. It's gonna be quite interesting, and it's the modal verbs can and should. These two verbs are special, okay? A modal is a type of verb that is used as an auxiliary, okay? As an auxiliary, actually. For example, the main verb here is do, but now we're using can and should for different reasons. Can and should are used to basically recommend things, okay? But I want to use this other part of the same book, the explanation. You can use can to talk about things that are possible, okay? If you can do it, it's because it's possible. If you can't or cannot do it, it's impossible. Where can I get some nice souvenirs? Okay, when you use can and it's for recommendations, it's just asking like, where is at least a place where I can go? Okay? You should to suggest things that are good to do. You should try the local restaurants. Basically, we use can to ask for even the possibility where I can do that or what can I do. When you use should is when you know that there is a possible way to do it, that you know that it's possible, but you want to know what would be the best, what would be something good, better than just going to any place. Okay? Use the base form with can and should, not the infinitive. Okay? Where can I get some nice souvenirs? You cannot say where can I to get. That is incorrect. Okay? You should try the local restaurant, not you should to try. That will be way too bad. Okay? Let's see some examples. What can I do in Mexico City? Okay? You're asking for what is possible. What can we do in Mexico City? And you can walk around the historic center. You can't miss the street food. In this case, you're using the opposite. It's like yes or yes, you have to try the street food. Okay? What should I see there? You know that you can see a lot of stuff, but you're asking for a recommendation. You should visit the National Museum of Anthropology. You shouldn't miss the Diego Rivera murals. You can use both positive and negative. If you use the positive, is you tell that you can or you should do that, but when you use it in negative, you can't or you shouldn't, is that yes or yes, it's better if you do it. Okay? Very good. I hope that you understand that. Okay? For example, if someone asks you, what can I do in Dominican Republic? You can tell them, oh, you can go to nightclubs, you can go to the beaches, you can go to restaurants. Okay? You see, those are a lot of options of things that you can do. But if they tell you, what should I do in Dominican Republic? Oh, you should go to the beaches. It's like way better if you go there because it's one of the best things that this country can have. You shouldn't miss the food. You should try the food, okay? Those are some examples. Now, take your time to complete this exercise. Quite an easy one. You just need to complete this conversation by using can, can't, should, or shouldn't, okay? So take your time, and then we're gonna be checking the answers, okay? You finish? Let's check. I can't decide where to go on my vacation. You should go to Morocco. It's my favorite place to visit. I'm planning to go to Puerto Rico next year. When do you think I should go? You can go anytime. The weather is nice almost all year. Should I rent a car when I arrive in New York? What do you recommend? No, you should definitely use the subway. It's fast and not too expensive. Where can I get some nice jewelry in Istanbul? You shouldn't miss the Grand Bazaar. It's the best place for bargains. What can I see from the Eiffel Tower? You can see all of Paris, but in bad weather you can't see anything. Okay? Very good. I hope that you understand this part. It's actually quite easy, but it's really useful in English. It's something that we use a lot, okay? Especially the word should. Now, let's continue by listening to the pronunciation. How to notice the difference between can and can't and should and shouldn't, okay? Let's listen to this and let's practice, okay?
Page 76, Exercise 9. Pronunciation. Can't and shouldn't. Part A. Listen and practice these statements. Notice how the T in can't and shouldn't is not strongly pronounced.
You can get a taxi easily. You can't get a taxi easily. You should visit in the summer. You shouldn't visit in the summer.
Okay, very good. Do you notice the difference? You can get a taxi easily. You can't get a taxi easily. It's basically the T that we pronounce, it's not so pronounced. If you say you can't, it's not so good. It will be like something weird. You shouldn't, that is not correct. It's just, you shouldn't visit the summer. It's like mention it just a little bit, okay? You can get a taxi easily. You can't get a taxi easily. You should visit the summer. You shouldn't visit the summer, okay? Now, let's see if you understand it correctly, and let's practice your hearing, okay? You're gonna be listening to these four sentences, not this. And you're gonna be checking which ones you can listen, can or can't, should or shouldn't, can or can't, should and shouldn't, okay? So listen, and then we're gonna check.
Page 76, Exercise 9. Part B. Listen to 4 sentences. Choose the modal verb you hear. 1.
You can't ride the subway between midnight and 5 a.m.
2.
You should try the local food. It's delicious.
3.
I think we can visit the park on Sunday.
4.
You shouldn't miss the Science Museum.
Okay, very good. Did you got all of that? If you didn't, just go back in the video and listen a bit more, okay? But on number 1, they use can't, and number 2, they use should, in number 3, they use can, and on the 4, they use shouldn't, okay? Very good. Now, let's do some other listening. You're gonna be listening to speakers talk about 3 countries, and you're gonna complete the chart, okay? The country, the largest city, and what visitors should see or do there. Also, what else do they tell about the countries? Take your time to listen as much times as you need to complete this chart, okay? Very good. Let's listen.
Page 76, Exercise 10. Listening. Where should you go? Part A. Listen to speakers talk about 3 countries. Complete the chart. 1.
Japan has several big islands and many smaller islands. The largest city is Tokyo. There are many beautiful Buddhist temples in Japan. Visitors should try Japanese food, especially sashimi, which is raw fish. And here's a fun fact. The highest mountain in Japan is Mount Fuji.
2.
Argentina is a large country in South America. The largest city is Buenos Aires. People visiting Buenos Aires shouldn't miss the downtown area. Many interesting people gather in this area. Argentina is also a good place to buy leather. And by the way, the people there all speak Spanish.
3.
The capital of Turkey is Ankara, but its largest city is Istanbul. There are many colorful markets in Istanbul where visitors should definitely buy some souvenirs. Then they should try the delicious Turkish street food. They should also try Turkish coffee. It's thick, dark, and delicious. Most of Turkey is in Asia, but a small part is in Europe.
Okay, very good. Did you got everything? Okay, let's check. Well, this is what we have. We have the country, the largest city is Tokyo, and what visitors should see or do there is to go to the temples, eat Japanese food, and especially sashimi. Okay, in the country of Argentina, the largest city is Buenos Aires, and you should see the downtown area and buy leather. In the country of Turkey, Istanbul is the largest city, and you should go to the markets and buy souvenirs and try Turkish street food and coffee. Very good. What else do they say about the countries? Well, that Japan's highest mountain is Mount Fuji. Argentinians speak Spanish, obviously, and the most of Turkey is in Asia, other than Europe. Okay, very good, very good. Now, for the last part, we're gonna be reading a text actually. Sorry, it's called "A Big Hello from." Here are different people talking about specific landmarks or cities in different countries. We have Barcelona, Spain, Cartagena, Colombia, and Bangkok, Thailand. You're gonna read all of this, and then after this, we're gonna be completing this chart. You're gonna check the cities where you can do these activities, and then complete the charts with the samples from the emails, okay? So go back on the video where I stop on each one of them to read all of the topics, and then we're gonna be checking, okay? You finished? Let's see. We have that in Bangkok, you can swim with sharks. You can see famous people, see a famous church in Barcelona, that is La Sagrada Familia. In Bangkok, you can eat spicy food, that is pad thai, a spicy noodle fish. In Cartagena, you can go dancing in an old dance club. Also in Cartagena, you can take a boat tour, that is a canoe tour of a mangrove forest. And in Barcelona, you can eat small plates of local food that are called tapas. Very good. I hope that you liked this class for today. Next time, we're gonna be continuing with the unit 12, and I hope that you're interested for that. Okay? See you in the next time. Bye.